Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to expand and condense logarithms. Okay, there's a few things that you need to know, and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I'm going to make another video to prove to you why this works. But for right now, all I want you to do is learn how to expand or condense. Right now, we have log A times B. I do this with my students, and I hope you will learn from this. I do it almost as if I'm distributing. I say this is log A. Okay. I say when log touches a product, it becomes a plus sign. When log touches a product, it becomes a plus sign. And then log B. They got to touch everything. And that's how you expand log A times B. Let's see what happens with division, and I'm sure you already know what's going to happen. Log touches A, so that's log A. Log touches division, it becomes subtraction. And log touches B, and it's just log B. Finally, exponents. So what happens here? This is actually just going to be very simple. We always, anytime log touches some exponential function that has an well, obviously exponential functions have exponents. That's what makes them exponential. The exponent comes out in the front. That's all. Okay? So these are the three rules that you have to remind yourself when you are asked to expand the logarithm. So let's try some. Okay? Read it first. Log 7 times x divided by 4. 7 times x, well, that's going to be log 7. The log touches a times, it becomes a positive, right? A plus sign. Log touches x, touches division, becomes a subtraction, and then log 4. Take a look at it. Log 7 plus log x minus log 4. I just expanded it. I made something small get very large. Let's try the next one. I always do this in 2 steps. I first start with reading it as log x squared times y. So I first go log x squared, and then when I see a times, I put a plus y. So I go log y, and then you say, wait, I don't think I can have an exponent. So let's put the exponent in the front, because that's what you're supposed to do with those exponents. And then you get this. And notice one thing very important. Only the x has the squared, so only in front of the log x, there's a 2. Let's try the next one. This one's a little tricky, but I think you'll see it really quickly, okay? So this is going to be log x. We touch the division, it becomes a minus. And now, since there's 2 things on the bottom, 2 terms on the bottom, I'm going to put a parentheses. So this is going to be log 2, and then this is a times, and it's going to be log, so it's going to be plus log y. Now, we don't really like to do it that way, so we're going to distribute that minus. So it's going to be log x minus log 2 minus log y. And everyone should understand, basically, if you want the shortcut, anything in the quotient, anything in this division sign underneath in the denominator, anything, I was trying to figure out what the word was, this denominator. Anything in the denominator should have a minus in front of it, and then you can avoid all of this. Okay? You need a minus because they're both in the denominator. Okay. Let's condense it. In other words, let's bring it from many logs into 1 log. Okay? So this is what I do. I like to think about it as factoring. So I factor out the log, and then it loses all its powers. So you factor this guy out. You have 4. The plus goes back to multiplication, everyone. You factored out the log, and so you bring the x down. So this is just log 4x. And you can always check your answer by expanding it. Okay, let's try the next one. Factor out the log. You have x from here, minus becomes division, y. Okay? Here's our tricky one. Anytime, I'm going to try to go factor out this log, but guess what, guys? There's a number in front of it. You cannot factor out the log if someone is standing in its way. That's what you have to say to yourself. You cannot factor out the log if someone is standing in its way. So you say, wait, how did it get there? Well, originally, before it got there, it was a square. So you want to put that back there. You want to put that back there. And then minus. So you guys want to put the exponents back. So the numbers in the you cannot factor if someone is standing in its way. Okay, so let's move them first. Now they're all gone. You can factor. Factor out the log. It becomes x squared plus becomes times, right? So you factor this out. You have x squared plus becomes times. Factor out the log. You have y to the third. Minus, everyone, is division. Z to the 1/2. I need everyone to remember that exponent of 1/2 is square root. Okay? So that's how you go from a lot of logs to just one log. It's called condensing. Okay? And that's pretty much all. So I hope everyone learned. Come back because we're going to need to use this condensing in order to solve log equations. Okay? So have a wonderful, wonderful day.